So, thank you very much for coming out this evening. Is this about the right volume I got here? Okay. I thought I'd start out telling you a little bit about myself. You've given me the high sign, low sign. What are we going to do? Okay, I've got to get a little advertised. Good.
Thank you. I wasn't going to put it to set.
That's all right. That's okay. Background, I'm an attorney. Of course, you have to be an attorney to be the Attorney General. Lifelong Republican. I live in Huntington Beach in the Orange County area. I've been there with my wife and family. We've been married for 46 years. It's a coastal community, Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, Irvine, Costa Mesa, and some of you have been down in that area. Started out my law career at Lucas and Duke-Majan in Long Beach and worked there for about 4 or 5 years as a young, fresh out of law school lawyer. George Duke-Majan was a senator at the time, and of course went on to become Attorney General and Governor. And by the way, Governor Duke-Majan has endorsed me for the office of Attorney General. I'm very appreciative of that endorsement. He's a wonderful man. I believe he's about 81 years old now. He looks great. I had lunch with him last month, and he walks 4 miles every day right in his home that he's lived in for 45 years. He's just a great guy. Moved the family, wife and 2 children to the Orange County area about 35 years ago when I left the Lucas and Duke-Majan firm and opened up my own law practice in Huntington Beach, and I was a sole practitioner in Huntington Beach, small businessman, if you will. Yes, a law firm. It was a small business. I had to pay payroll taxes. I had to pay workers' compensation. I was subject to over-regulation by anybody and everybody that could get their finger in the pie. Then was active in community affairs, head of the youth shelter and YMCA and Rotary Club, things like that, and eventually ran for and was elected to the city council in Huntington Beach. We're a pretty good-sized city, $200,000, $100 million budget. It's a pretty good job, pretty full of challenges. Had to deal with unions, that we were having trouble with the unions, and things of that nature. On the council for 6 years, then ran for assembly, and I served in the California State Assembly from the 67th District, which is that coastal Orange County area, for 6 years. I was vice chairman of the Judiciary Committee for 5 of those 6 years, and then in 2006, I had an opportunity to run for Senate, 35th Senate District, which I now hold, and that was in a special election. The senator moved on to Congress. John Campbell was our state senator. He went to Congress. I've been in the Senate now for 4 years. I'm currently the Republican whip in the Senate Republican caucus. That's the number 3 position on the leadership team of Senator Dennis Hollingsworth, who was our caucus leader. I am also vice chairman of the Judiciary Committee in the Senate, and have seen a lot of the crazy, vile liberal bills that the Democrats seem to just patch. I don't know how they get them, but they do, and many of them wind up in the Judiciary Committee. I decided about a year and 3 or 4 months ago to run for Attorney General at the beginning of 2009. I had no Republican opposition for the entire year of 2009. I traveled up and down the state to groups like this and many more larger and smaller. Raised money, talked about my conservative values while I was in the Senate and when I was in the Assembly. Just to touch on some of those, I'm strong, some hot issues that might be of interest to you. I'm a hunter and I'm a gun hunter, and I'm proud of that. I tell people that. I've got a poster in my briefcase out in the car. Unfortunately, I bring it in. Shows me with my hunting dog back at a family farm that my brother's involved in back in Kansas, and a couple of pheasants and my hunting dog, and it was a great trip. And so I'm endorsed by the NRA, not endorsed, I have an A rating from Association, and I'm Legislator of the Year by the California Rifle and Pistol Association. So I have good, strong Second Amendment credentials. I have never, ever voted for any type of gun control legislation, which we see every year on guns and on ammunition. There's 3, I just learned yesterday, coming out of the Assembly, dealing with trying to regulate long guns, which is completely silly. On family issues, I have a 100% voting record in both the Assembly and in the Senate on issues related to abortion rights, things like that. I'm there with the family issues. On the death penalty, I am a strong supporter of the death penalty. I have authored legislation this year trying to speed up this interminable delay on the death penalty. 18 years is the average on the death penalty. We have one defendant that's been on death row 27 years, and it's just outrageous, and we need to change it. I brought legislation to the Senate, went through the Senate Public Safety Committee, which is dominated and controlled by liberal Democrats, and I think I have 4 bills, and one of them passed. Simple things like trying to speed up the appellate process by letting intermediate appellate court judges handle death penalty appeals. Right now, the only appellate court is the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court is totally overwhelmed and backlogged by death penalty cases and can't process them and can't handle other cases that are of major significance and importance to residents of this state. So it makes sense for, I think we have 300 or 400 appellate judges scattered around the state in 6 different appellate jurisdictions. Very qualified, very good judges. Why in the world can't take care of those kinds of cases and get rid of this backlog? I did also introduce a constitutional amendment to, no, this is a different one. I did a bill to do away with the 3-drug cocktail for condemned prisoner that's about to be put to death. The current protocol that the Department of Corrections uses is that first one drug, and then another drug, and then another drug. And there was a lawsuit filed over that called the Morales case, and it was contended that the condemned person would suffer some pain and discomfort while they were being put to death, and the judge said that's a constitutional violation of the rule against cruel and unusual punishment. This is true. This came from a federal district court of appeals. So there's been a moratorium on using that procedure and protocol. So I introduced a bill this year, which did make it out of the Public Safety Committee. It's the only one that did. To use one single drug. It's an anesthetic. It's a very commonly used anesthetic that's used in every single operating surgical suite in this state and all over the country. Every doctor knows how to use it. It's simple, it's easy, it's quick, it's painless. And we're hoping that we might get that bill passed and allow the authorities to use that. And that process, by the way, was challenged in the state of Ohio and went up to the Ohio Supreme Court, and they said, no, they had the same problem. They had a problem with the 3-drug cocktail. And so they went to the 1-drug cocktail, and